these are and then it's a little bit more and a little bit more
Yeah,
and a
and a
little
little
bit
bit more,
more.
a little bit more,
Yeah,
and a little bit of you, and a little bit more of
yeah,
you, until
yeah.
Bobby is
Till it's
pushed
you.
until the ultimate, right? Well, and that's the whole question, is like, is Bobby, like, for me, Bobby is, there is a time where Bobby met his demise because his usefulness, it was no longer. And I think
Yeah.
that's when she has the Enterprise and the progeny. It's just like, yeah, I don't,
Well,
I
he's a
don't need
puppet.
you.
He is
Yeah,
a puppet, isn't he? And like
yeah,
in the same way Macbeth was as well. And
yeah.
he that's one of the things I always like switching around when we're talking about that is kind of really digging into his character as someone who where she's literally saying like unsex me and I'll do it. Like
Hmm.
let's get rid of all the things that make me a woman and unable to do these certain
Hmm.
things. If you haven't got the sort of ability to do it, I will. I can do
Yes.
these things, and
Well, and I think that's something
that's
that's
kind of
overlooked.
that's laddie.
Yeah, I think in what's overlooked in the text of Macbeth is imposter syndrome. So when Macbeth is coming back home from war, I think there's some questionable things that happened that he doesn't talk about, that he is experiencing PTSD
Oh,
before
sure.
even
Yeah,
Banquo, before the death of
yeah.
Banquo. I think the death of Banquo is really exacerbating the guilt that he's had from this imposter syndrome of being a hero coming back from war.
Yeah, the idea of being sort of lauded for something you don't feel proud of and you don't
And
feel,
that's
it's
and
hard.
so I think Bobby is making his, he's, again, there's three different, I hate it for Eileen because she carries so much of the weight of all the scenes, of all the exposition, of all the story, of all the emotionality. Because even we had a joke on set where Eileen would be like, "All
But
right, this scene, blah
she's
blah blah."
still the humor is still there, so I think that
Oh,
allows it to,
luckily, because
yeah.
Eileen is a pro of comedy as well. But she's like, "Is
Mm.
this the scene where Bobby just sits there slack jawed and doesn't know what to say?" I'm like, "Yep." I was
That's
like,
the one.
thank you for carrying all," because we do three scenes. It's long takes in the dining room. We tried to film it three different ways and do different things with it, but it is kind of a renegotiation of the deal with the devil in a short amount of time. We
Right,
condense
right.
kind of the evolution of, to like, as an audience, we're like, look, we can't show you movies, but we can inclinate where this is going, because she's already
Right.
said it's Ronald McDonald meets Michael McDonald.
Well, she's currently in the part that I'm watching. We're an hour and 11 minutes in. She's directing the young American football player. Um, how to say sweetmeats, because it's sweet Mets,
I love it. Yeah.
and she's directing the whole thing, and this leads into one of the parts that you were saying earlier on about where he is led by his penis essentially to carry on doing the things that he might have a little slither of conscience where that completely
And
disappears.
and Laddie has a list of how far she's willing to go until it's not advantageous for her. And so she's like, I don't want to have to touch you, but if touching you satiates you for XY, for X amount of time, great.
Yeah, she's
So
like
then she
on the
purposely,
sandwich.
that was a thing. That was of
Mm.
our very little continuity, was in takes earlier on. If we do very few takes too, where it was just a reminder, Eileen, don't touch Ricky.
Right,
Laddie
right.
doesn't touch Bobby. And so, because as an actor, like doing those scenes, she sometimes wants to come up. That's why we incorporated her wanting to put her hands on my shoulders. Because during rehearsal, she kept on putting her hands on my shoulders. I was like, you can't touch. Like, if this is something we're doing, you can't touch me until the hand on the hand scene. But then I love it's in real time. We see how far that goes.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
doesn't
Well,
go very far when Bobby has three cheerleaders who are just like, we fuck you right now in ways you can't even think about. You're not even gonna have enough cum to like deal with this. Like, this is insane. This is just a Dear Penthouse letter. And
and
Laddie
it's
is just like,
off to the bathroom. They go.
yeah, well, and it's yeah, off to the number one bathroom. Or but the hand, she registers, she's just like, nope, gotta lock this down. I gotta get that seed.
Got to secure the what is it they
The
say these
progeny.
days? So yeah,
Mhm. The
um,
bloodline.
yeah. So we've got a really interesting shot here of it's right on your face, and the lights are flashing, and you're being interviewed
Oh yeah,
by, I
yeah,
believe,
he's freaking out.
yeah, yeah, you're losing it.
Yeah, so
We're not
we had
out.
an
We're not
idea.
outside very much, either. So it's so interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, and also because of how we filmed it, based on times a day and how we scheduled it, we never it was very specific about how the light was coming in from the front of that restaurant. So one of the final scenes before The Devil Is a Woman I Know is the only time we filmed that way, with the sun coming in that way, coming through
Right,
that weird cross and that weird like mosaic what is that called? Stained glass.
right, got you. We got
Sorry, the
the eye
technical.
removal now as well. No, it's really interesting. No, it is. That's what I want to know. I want to know the stuff that
Filmed in the
you know.
basement of Bobby Mackey's. Mike Flincham, his producer friend, whose grandfather is Bobby Mackey's, before the infamous Bobby Mackey's was supposedly haunted was torn down. That's where all this basement stuff is filmed. And again, that's where we are going to film the basement of Open House, with those theater seats, with the theater, like everything that this is a variation of Open House, except for I pivoted from an Adam and Eve musical to country music superstar, like a Glenn Campbell, Kenny Rogers kind of
Well,
thing.
we've just had you getting out the car in full Smoking the Bandit garb.